here that did not understand the translation of what he said. He said, say to the next person beside you, compliments of the season in your own native language. My native language happens to be Yoruba. So, can anybody help me with that? Compliment of the season in Yoruba. I don't think there is a Yoruba greeting card. Eku Odun, but Odun is not season. If you have to translate it properly. So if you ask me, I will say it's a trick question. That question is a trick question. Because if you have to translate it word for word, you probably won't be able to pronounce it in Yoruba. But I'm going to say a few things about this charity. The founders of this GLOWFUX event, I need to let you know, it's not as if they have abundance. And out of that abundance, they are now providing for the kids. No, they didn't. They are struggling to make this happen. And most times, they go begging people 6 months before this event, just so these kids you see here today can have fun on Christmas days. We are not a nation of givers. Because most times we believe you only give to the person that is your relative. You don't always have to give to relatives only. Sometimes you give to causes that helps your immediate community or the nation at large. This organization really needs your help. Next year they will be coming out to you. They will be begging you to please, let's help the kids have a very good Christmas. Can you give me 1 minute, please? I remember telling Bode a year or two ago, I told him your case is a case of scotter. If you don't have money, you can't do charity. But most times he will tell me, Dean, don't worry, we'll make it happen. And trust me, they've been making it happen. This is the 4th edition, I think. And usually it's not as if they have the money in the bank. They don't have the money in the bank. They struggle to make this happen. Please, tell your friends, neighbors, anybody that you know that can help make this event bigger than what it is today. Please, let's start the process now. Don't let's start next year. Let's start telling people why kids need to have the best Christmas ever. When growing up, Christmas used to be in for us. But guess what? We don't have most of the things we have now that the kids can play with. I was coming here today expecting to get more than enough toys and games for the kids to play with today. But unfortunately, I only saw one bouncing. They need to have more than 10, 20 different games in here. And I'm very sure the organizers may not be able to provide for more than what they have here today. I'm begging everyone, on behalf of GLOWFUX, please let's start the process of making next year's event a very successful, massive event for the kids. I expect us to be able to take care of more than 300 kids. I also want to use this speech to appeal. What I'm about to say, I'm guilty of it. I know I'm very guilty of it. I'm guilty of the first part, but the second part I'm not, because I have that realization. The first part is that, why can't we wake up on a Saturday or a Sunday and go hang out with the kids at the orphanage? Why can't we wake up on a day that we're not doing anything at home and take gifts to these kids at the orphanage? That's the first part. The second part is that when you celebrate your birthdays, please don't go celebrate it at the orphanage. Go celebrate their birthdays for them there. When you do that on your birthday, you are using them. You're not helping them. If you really want to help them, take the gifts to them before your birthday. Give it to them as your own birthday celebration. But don't go there on your birthday and start taking pictures and tell me you're helping the orphanages. You're not. You're using them. Because at the end of the day, you're making yourself look good. Let's make the kids look good, not you, that you're celebrating your birthday and you do it once a year. Why can't you do it once a month? Why can't you go hang out with them once a month? Why can't you hang out with them when you are free? Why can't you go mentor them when you have free time? Why do you have to go to them only when you're celebrating your birthdays? Please, it may not be in our culture to do that, but we can start. We can start letting people know that it's okay to hang out with them at the orphanages when it's not our birthday. Because when you do it on your birthday, you're using them. You're not helping them. If you really have them in mind, it takes 365 days for you to have a birthday cycle. What did you do 365 days to help them? I'm not saying everyone is guilty of this, but I'm just saying some of us are guilty of it. Please, let's start helping these kids, not only on Christmas days, but on days that we think we can afford to help them. And you kids, I'm very sure in the not too distant future, you'll also be in a position to help other kids. Please, don't always forget where you're coming from. Because if you don't forget where you're coming from, you will remember that it's always good to give. And I'm going to leave you with this saying or quote from Moshood Abiola, MKO Abiola. He says, the hand of the giver is always on top of the receiver. Thank you all very much.